Star Wars The Old Republic is one of the longest running Star Wars games still available today, still supported today. And they just got a huge update. So today I have friend of the podcast, Working Class Nerds, on the show to talk about all things Star Wars The Old Republic and what it means in the world now and in its place in 2021.
Welcome
to Uplink.
First off, let's talk about the news that you're talking about with the update 6.3 and what it brings and what it adds to the world of Star Wars The Old Republic. Because I really feel like we were talking about earlier, there was the cinematic trailers and there was this perceived notion that the game was more than it actually was at launch. Like it was this beautiful cinematic. It was going to be super realistic, and then it didn't end up being like that. It turned me off when I first started playing it, and I didn't really go back. And then you reached out and said, "Hey, you need to go back and kind of look at SWTOR again, because it's different from what you last perceived it as." And I really think with the most recent trailer, they're really saying, hey, this is the game that we're making, and they're embracing it, which is weird for a game made by EA and BioWare in 2021.
I think the corporate run businesses that don't respect developers, it really shows. And I think, like Anthem with BioWare got the raw end of the stick. I think they just rushed it out. That game could have been amazing, but I feel like with a game like Anthem, they were just chasing the Destiny the Destiny train, or like a Borderlands, something like that. Where SWTOR, I think they finally settled into what they are. They're an MMO RPG in the Star Wars universe at 3,000 years before Episode 4.
Yep.
Or A New Hope. Or just the Star Wars. However you look at it.
Yes.
It's completely free to start. So you can play all 8 class stories for completely free. If you want to play it right now, it's only on the PC, but you can download it and play it for free. And do all of the original stories that came out with the game. And they're fantastic stories. If you liked KOTOR, you will love the story aspect of these games because it's the same style.
Okay. You sold me. You sold me more than any of the trailers that have come out for this game.
If you can get past... Okay, so I'll be honest. If you can get past the mindless traveling across desolate planets, because don't forget, the game is 10 years old, which means the engine is probably 13 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, when you go to, like Battlefront, do you remember Battlefront? Well, of course you remember Battlefront 2015. I will never forget the feeling when I did the Team Deathmatch version, whatever it was called, in Tatooine at the skiff, at Jabba's skiff.
Mm-hmm.
That was the most amazing map ever. It felt real, like I was there.
Yeah.
Where in SWTOR, it shows the vastness of a planet, because you're traveling these planets, and all you're seeing is a couple monsters scattered through. Once you learn how to traverse the land, the story is incredible. And it really, for me, it sucks you in. And it makes it, and you have your light side, dark side, and kind of medium choices. But if you want to see the person that you are, if you create a character and you're like, I'm going to play this as if it's me, you could turn the alignments off so you don't see if you're making a dark side or light side choice.
Ooh.
And you'd be surprised how many dark side choices you make as a person.
Oh, I like this. I really like that.
And what I like about it is, if you want to play solo, you can play solo. And the original class stories are not difficult at all. You can just walk through them. You may die a couple times, but that's okay too. But the stories are very in-depth, and you travel from planet to planet to planet. And personally, my favorite planet is Nar Shaddaa, because when you think of Nar Shaddaa and you land there, it is completely like what it is in my head. I would imagine Nar Shaddaa to be.
Okay.
or going into House Organa on Alderaan. Just the semblance of it, even if it's 3,000 years prior, it's still the semblance like, oh my God, look where I am. And the scale of the game is so big in that sense. And the story is amazing. But where it is in 2021, and I'm going to circle back to that, I feel like this is the best year to get into the game, because I feel like they haven't announced all the big stuff that's coming this year for their 10th anniversary, but I feel like they're building towards something big.
Okay.
I would imagine there's going to be a big expansion this year, just because it's the 10-year anniversary and they've been talking about it for 2 years. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They came out with an expansion a year ago in October. Or no. It was 2 Octobers ago, because last year was COVID. Last October was COVID. I can't remember. I feel like we're missing a year.
Yeah, we're just gonna. This is actually 2020. 2020 didn't actually happen. This is 2020 Part 2. We're just calling it 2021.
That's right.
2020 Electric Boogaloo.
Exactly. I feel like they're building towards something, and I imagine after this game update that they gave us today, they're going to start talking about the big stuff that's coming later in the year.
I would think so too, with something this big. So originally we had planned last week to go over this topic, and it's pretty great that we skipped this week or last week, and we were able to make it this week, because perfect timing with this update drop here. So let's jump into this. What the heck's going on with Galactic Seasons?
I'm just going to read a little excerpt. Building upon the login system that launched in Game Update 6.2, we are now unveiling Galactic Seasons. While login rewards are an easy method for collecting rewards by simply logging into the game, Galactic Seasons feature new high-value rewards based on playing the game. It's basically a battle pass. So their track is each Galactic Season is going to last 5 months.
Okay.
Just like Call of Duties or Apex Legends. I feel like all of the games are doing these battle passes now.
It makes sense in the scope of gaming right now. We are looking at more of a games as a service landscape. We're seeing companies saying, hey, instead of making a game every year, we can make it a single game, but build it up over time, and we can build up the monetary part of things in terms of a battle pass, bringing people in, to give them stuff for free, but also say, hey, if you pay this battle pass, you can get some extra stuff, and not necessarily tied into the gameplay.
Right. So SWTOR is it's either free to play. Preferred means you've bought something in their cash shop, which is called the Cartel Market, or you can subscribe, which is $15 a month, or if you prepay 6 months, it goes to like $13 a month.
Yeah.
So they have 2 reward tracks. Basically, the free track, which you can be completely free and play this game and still earn rewards towards the battle pass. Or if you're subscribed, obviously you're going to get better rewards. And what's great is there's no charge for the Galactic Season, so you're not paying anything extra for the battle pass. All you're paying for is your subscription. And if you don't, like, if you started playing, you would start earning these Galactic Seasons rewards in your free to play. But there is a lot of people are really kind of up in arms about some of it. There's the catch-up mechanic where you can pay to skip levels via their cartel coins, which is their cash shop. So you can skip through all the way to the end. It's the same amount to skip every level. So let's say there's item, like when you really want the XP boost that's at level 5, you can pay 100 cartel coins to skip to the next level. So you can earn that right now. Let's say your XP boost wore off and you really want that. I don't mind this at all, and I can tell you why. I feel like anytime they're going to give you something for playing the game, fantastic. It's included in your subscription, or you can be free to play and earn rewards. For anybody, I'm okay with that. There's nothing that they're giving you that is I'm doing the quotation marks of the good old pay to win. There's nothing that's going to give you an advantage in the game that you're getting from these rewards.
Okay. So are these rewards cosmetics?
Yes. Adrenals, things that, like, if you're a new player, they're going to really help you. And when you get into the higher tier stuff, it's not really, like, there's nothing there that is giving you a competitive advantage, I should say. If you're getting an XP boost, that's only helping you as yourself.
Okay. It's not necessarily improving your skill in the game or giving you the best weapon in the game. It's you as a character leveling up.
Correct. And, like some of the reward tracks, you earn a companion, which is just your friend that travels the world with you. And I think at the end of the season, if you make it to level 100, they created a new stronghold. So a stronghold is basically like a house that you can decorate with decorations. And there's one for the Republic side, which is the incorrect side, or the Imperial side, which obviously Imp side is the best side. And they're on their fleets. Basically, the fleet is where you can find all the vendors for whatever you want. And they've made like an apartment there that you can earn. And that's like the big reward you get from playing the Galactic Season. There's 100 levels, and there's multiple ways to earn the reward. But here's where people are upset. And I'm not upset about this, is I can completely pay 10,000 cartel coins to skip all the way to a level of 100 and be done.
Okay.
For me, I don't mind that, because if you don't have the time, to play as much as, let's say, me and you.
Yeah.
You want to do the battle pass, and you're going to grind it out because you have that time to do that. Me, I don't have that time. So what I do is now I'm like, okay, how long is this going to take me? And basically, you need to get 41 points a week. And that's by doing login rewards, your daily bonus and your weekly bonuses. And you almost have to log in and do that every day to every other day to get to the end at 5 months. Or you can just pay the 10,000 cartel coins and be done.
Okay. So it's more of like, I'm going to shout out your podcast here, working class nerd type advantage. Working man, works 9 to 5, gets home, doesn't want to be able to grind all the hours, say someone in high school would be able to dedicate to that time.
Correct. That's exactly right. That's spot on. So, cheat code. I used a cheat code today, and I just bought my way to the end. Mm-hmm. I looked at it as like, I play video games to enjoy them, and I don't ever want to feel as if I have to grind to get to the end. And I don't ever spend cartel coins on anything, so I had an abundance of those things, so I just bought my way to the end.
Okay.
And my friends are all telling me how I cheated. And I said, no, I did it so that I can enjoy just playing the game and not be stressed out about having to grind these levels and worry about it. Mm-hmm. Because I don't like that about games. I don't want to be forced to do something that I don't want to do.
Yeah.
But again, I'm not upset that they made this battle pass. But the real reason why I asked you about this is because I wanted to hear what your thoughts are as a non-MMO player, but you play the Battlefronts and other games. Mm-hmm. What do you think about adding a battle pass to an MMO?
I mean, I think it makes perfect sense. I think it is the way that the game industry as a whole is moving towards. I think MMOs from my outward view of someone who doesn't really play them but can see and understand why people play them. For me, I think it fits very well to that whole infrastructure. I think one of the problems that I face with MMOs is the time sink. And something like this Battle Pass, the way you're explaining it, is a benefit for people who don't want to spend. They want to experience the stories of SWTOR because it's a big part of Star Wars. There's a huge community around it, and maybe that's been the barrier of entry for them, is the amount of time that they've been forced to sink into the game, and this is something that will benefit them as they play it. Like personally, I would have loved to see if Battlefront had done a Battle Pass type feature. I think if they did something like that from the beginning versus relying on the loot box system, I think we would still be playing Battlefront 2 and continue getting updates. I think one of the reasons that we didn't get a continuation of updates for Battlefront was because of a lack of recurring revenue. If we want to put it in business terms, that's what it boils down to. How much development time are they putting into this game? How much money are they bringing back from it? And for something like SWTOR, a game that's going to be celebrating its 10th anniversary, it just makes sense. If we want to continue, if you enjoy SWTOR, and if you want it to continue, there's got to be a way for something like this. Yeah, they've got the subscription, but also people love skins. People love skins. So I think that's a big part of it.